Oh yes, you're back in the place. Yes, you're back in dadsrchangar on this wonderful Friday feeling. Yes, that wonderful Friday feeling has returned to give that awesome feeling to you out there, the subscriber, or maybe the possible subscriber. That little smile and that little Friday feeling. My glasses need cleaning. I cannot see a thing out of them. I don't even know you're there. Hello? It's all a bit foggy. Anyway, without ado, and not being Dumbo, let's get on with the Spitfire. Oh my, he's got speech dementia. Yes, we are back in the overhead cam. Yes, the overhead cam today brought to you by the purple screwdriver. Oh yes it is. Well, what we do, we are looking at the underbelly of the Spitfire. And here is the cabling. Now, I'm going to put like little bits of timbery wood. A bit like I did on the other side. In fact, where's me wood? Where's me wood? Someone stole me wood anyway. I'll put it away. Strange, I put things away. Anyway, just to go across underneath here, just to stop them. They won't sag, but just in case, to keep them all away from all this gubbings. So the next thing to do is to get somewhere to, when I put the wing on, to wire it, because you know it's got quite a few cables. Now trouble is, the holes that are done on the right side this time, if you remember, they come out here, which means the cable's got to go around there and under there and around there and in there, and the plane won't fly. Okay, I'm being exaggerative, but it will. It was sagging here and everything. So what am I going to do? Well, okay, well let's get the wing. And so here's the wing. Someone stole the wing. Hang about. Haha! There you go. That's it by magic. Right, so here's the here's kind of the front, as you can't see off camera. I've got like this little arm thing, new arm that I'm playing around with. It's not really in the right space in the sky, but it's armless. Don't worry. Right, so that's where the front goes in, and obviously at the back we've got the two holes that screw down. Pointing out here with the purple screwdriver. Yes, yes. So we've got the purple screwdriver here, pointing out where the holes are. So, yeah. Plus, I'm not really happy with this. I mean, this is Connection City. You know, there's a connection there, and there's probably another connection over here, and there is a connection here and here. It's all getting connected. It's all, So, it's okay, and it'll probably be okay. But I'm not okay. Yes. So, if you saw the picture the other day, we'd be making a bit of spaghetti. Yes, yes, and all we need now is a bit of sauce. I got plenty of sauce, son. We got sauce. And we're not. What's that one there? I don't know where that one's going. Yeah, with spaghetti. So I've been making up some leads. Now, there should have been the Friday feeling, if you remember. It did start to be. But the trouble is, I had to make each one of these, one of them, and what's on the end of that? They've got bare ends there. I didn't have to make much of that. Because there's something that should even be. Then I had to make these. Now I'm sure you're seeing now how this is all going to connect up. If you're not, then don't worry about it. All shall be explained. But what we're going to do, so these are the connectors. Now, if you look at this, there'll be a board, I'll show you in a minute, that's going to have the opposite end. But we won't talk about that too much just yet. Let's just get one of these cables. So one of these cables, I've made three of these. There's kind of three of each. I think that one's a good size, it's about the right size. And these two, am I going to get the right size? No, I'm not. That's a smally one. That's a longy one. And you can't see because obviously the camera is in low mode. Oh, hello. Hello, missus. Right, so there's a longy one. And there is a shorty one. So we got 6. So basically we got two ailerons, 2 gear, and 2 flaps. Now these could be brought down as doubled going into the processor. Oh my gosh, not the processor. I'm not at work now. It'll go into the receiver. So obviously you can double the ailerons, you can double the gear, and you can double the flaps. But considering we've got an R10 Pro, we might as well just have them all single. Now there's a reason that I want to show you why I want the gear separate. But I'm not going to go into that. It's going to be a surprise. But we'll leave that for now. But you might want to fine adjustments on the... I don't know why, but you might have all 5 adjustments in the air or something on one of the ailerons or the flaps or whatever. But it's for the reasons that I can't think of. Plus, I don't want all this Connection City. So if we flip her around, In fact, should I flip it and want to flip it? I don't need to flip around, do we? But we'll do that in a minute. We're going to flip around. So basically, we're going to have one set of connections, and then on the other end, we're going to have bare ends that I'm just going to sort of put in a pile, and hopefully they'll all connect and the plane will fly. Ladies and gentlemen, may I introduce the PCB board. Yes, this is a little board you can get from any place, like sort of anywhere, Amazon or something like that. It's a little computer soldering board. And then we've got some connectors here, which are the opposite end of our plugs. So these, I presume, would be called sockets. Just a hunch anyway. It's something like that anyway. So if I can get that in focus, which I can now reach the screen and it will bounce a bit, but there you go, in focus. Now this has got to live here. We'd try and get some mounts for it or something, but they could just screw there. And that's all it needs to be, is over there. Now you're saying, oh Chris, but you've got to get the cables here. But it's alright, it's okay. If I get my pointy stick, my free wing, get your cable, come on, roll up, get your cable. Now, what I did is I put my pointy stick down there, and the cables come up to there, so it's going to be, you can see that. I can zoom in a bit, can't I? Oh, extreme close up ish. Right, so if I just put my thing down, yes, I know I do all this for you so you can do this if you want to do this way before you glue and before you do anything else, because you don't need these holes now. Anyway, so that comes down to here. So on the other end of the Spitfire, you've got this kind of U shape or N shape, whichever way you're up, with timber that's holding onto here. So I've got to be skinny in here. Now the perfect one would be the skinny one, which I've got, but then that's going to be too pain to solder. So because obviously all these cables here are going to be sort of like coming in underneath, in through these, or to the top or somewhere like that, and then going into here. So I can then screw that probably about there. Now the ideal world would be to cut around it, because this is going to be annoying me because you can see it. But in an ideal world, you can cut it down. Obviously, you know, you could cut into the wing and then recess it a bit. Yes, but don't worry, I'm not going to do that now. I'll probably do that in the future maybe. But we're just going to screw that, because you can screw into this. It's all going to hold. And at the end of the day, then I'm going to have all my 9 cables. So hello. 6 cables, 3 aside, 3 that side, 3 that side. So 3 of each wing, bish bash bosh. Let's take off and have some fun. And then inside this will go inside. We'll put some heat shrink round here to make it nice and groovy. I should have done that before I put these ends on. I'll put these ends on. Great thing to tell you, a little top tip here. Hang on, it's a purple screwdriver tip. Yes, I'm stealing that from someone else who's got a bendy screwdriver. You know who you are. Yes, is that make sure you put your ends in, and then just put like the male in there, and test your cables. Test your cables before you put in, because my crimping skills are not that bad, but you know, these chubby checkers and little crimpies just do not get on. They really don't. All right, so we got the deck clear, and I've decided if I make the board first, that'll be a lot easier. There's spiky things on there. Oh, anyway, okay, so 1 set, 2 set, 3 set, tiggly under there. They're all there, ready for, you know, there's 2 short ones, 2 medium ones, 2 long ones. And the PC board, I've decided to go with a thinner one. If I can bring that up and get it in focus. No, you're trying to get in the cables, aren't you? Let's do that, because I am right-handed and I might be able to get that in focus. Yes. The reason is because of the gapping between the 2 bits of wood. It'll be very sort of, oh my golly gosh, you know, if it moves a bit, and it could get caught and break, and yeah. Now these are not the best ones because they've only got the holes, which is a bit of a pain. Now I come up with a bit of a problem as well, that the actual cable through the holes, the cable's too big, which means I'm going to need a drill, which means I'm going to need my funky drill set. And it'd be even better if that's a funky drill set in focus. There you go. Oh yes. And these belong to a Dremel because they've got nice fat edges, so they are really nice. I bought these because there's a diddy one there. I bought these because when I do the build on the Antoinette, which I'm too scared to do at the moment. But anyway, so I have my Python here. Yes. What is it, Tiger? My Python. So we'll get something in there. So I think what we'll do, we'll probably go to a bit of if ownage. we'll stick that in there to hold it in there. We'll open the... I was trying to look at it, how'd it open? It's just like that. I reckon with the biggest one, because it's the biggest one is kind of like a little one, if that makes absolute sense. So that go in there. We'll tighten that up there. Tickly underbear. There we go. I'm preparing to visit for my grandson. Tickly under there. Haven't done that since my little children were little or young. So there we go. And if by magic the pilot comes alive. Okay, easy tigers. There you go. If by magic. Oh yes, we'll probably get that in circuit. Now, for those of you that would cry at bad soldering, look away now. Yes, yes. It's not as good as I want it to be. Oh God, look how disgusting is that. That looks like my first Tommy solder choice. Okay, you can look back now. It's okay. It's okay. What are we going to do? Well, hello, yes, I find that thinking with a nice cup of tea always helps all situations. Yes. And that is French for voila. So, there you go. Let's bring up a bit closer, shall we? There you go. It's not the neatest job in the world. As I say, I hit the bottom there. Well, not the bottom, but it was kind of solid balsa, as you saw. So I just filled that in with balsa filler and then pulled them all through here. And then you've got 3 there and 3 there. So, I mean, you know, I could always put a bit of super glue on there or something just to keep them tight, keep them there together. But I'm quite happy with that. It's not the best in the world, but it's okay. I mean, unfortunately I put this screw in and it did bite the end of the PC board, but it's still holding it down, and this one's in the right hole. So yeah, a couple of oh dears, but at the end of the day, that's going to save all the cables being chewed up inside the fuselage, which we'll see. So what we got to do now, so best thing to do now is, so I've got the longest ones. And we can test them afterwards. Now I know the longest ones are for the ailerons, even though I've got spelled ailerons wrong on there, so we can put that in there. So the next thing to do will be to flip her over and undo the servos that we put in before. So let's do that. Alrighty, so let's try and pull these through. Now I've got to do a bit of jiggery pokey underneath, so that is that one. If I help the cable through. Help the cable through, and through she comes in the middle of another one, but that's okay. It is okay, because then what I can do, I've got to keep putting it in. I think that is the actual cable, so I only had a small extension on that one, which is fine. And then the gear, if I can feel which one you're pulling. Which one are you pulling? It's going to be one of these, that's for sure. I think it's this one, yeah. So, this is why, you know, I should have thought about this when I was doing the wings in the first place. It's all, you know, it's always good to think about when you're doing things. I know it's what do they call it? Foresight or something like that. I'm going to have lots of nice length of cable in here. Whether, you know, I could have brought them through and made them shorter and crimped them, but that would have been a total pain in the backside. So why don't I just get all this all together and we'll be right back. Alrighty, there you go. It's all put back together. All the servos and bits and pieces. As you can see, I'm a bit close, so I do apologise. So here's our thing, all still lovely jubbly. Now these will have to be marked up eventually and labelled, you know, sort of what's what and bits and pieces and what number's what number, and so you don't plug them in. But they, you know, they go in nice and they come out nice and simple. So it's a good way. And there's all my 6 servos, which is fantastic. Oh, the heart! I heart you! Ooh la la! Oh yes, can't beat a cup of tea. Killer tea, killer tea. If I don't say so myself. Let's stick that somewhere so I'm not going to get any stuff in. So there we go. We've got our little bits in our wing, which is great, and we know they work. Well, they connect and everything else. So let's see, without blinding you, blade. Let's see it all works, shall we? Now, I've got to label them up, but this is like the first one. So I've got my little servo tester thing going on here. My oodles of cables. So I think this should be a aileron. Oh, there it is. There we go. So I don't know if you can see that. You probably can't. So let's have a look here. So number 1, aileron. Yes. That's lovely. So that's working. Yep. Let's just leave it there. Unplug it. So that's number 1 cable. Number 1 cable works of number 1 connector. Number 2 cable. I think, I'm not sure what that one is. What is it? Oh, it's the flaps, which is correct. So there's the flaps. Can you see them? Flapping open! So that's good. Yes, that's number 3 cable working. Sorry, number 2 cable working. And this one should be the gear. But I have no idea. So. Why, hello! Lovely. Yes, so that's that one working. So aileron, flaps, gear. So this one here should also be aileron on the other side. And it is. There you go. Hello, how you doing? Yeah, I'm alright, mate. How you doing? So that's that one, that works. This is also good. And this one should be the flaps. Flappage. Hello. Awesome. So that is basically 3, 4, 5, but kind of the second one in this one. And if I wire them all correctly, this should be the gear. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. There you go. So it looks like these working fantastically. And then obviously once the wings are out, all I need to do is just pull these out, one to a bump. Look at that. Fantastic. So, and then once I will show you, not today, because I think we're running out of time, but these will be, I'll put heat shrink and these will be down, going to the, these will be hanging out the back of the fuselage, ready to plug in. And it's going to be away from all the moving parts. That was the whole idea of this. And having the options to either double them up inside the fuselage or to have them singles. We can fill these holes up. We'll do this for next time, bits and pieces. Am I going to... I don't know whether I'm going to just... isn't the wrong word to be bothered. But I don't know if I'm going to change the PC board. You know, recut it. I could do, I suppose. Maybe if I get a bit of spare time, I will do it. I will do it eventually, but not just yet. It works. It's okay. The hot glue is holding it nice. And it's doing its thing. So, you know, I'm quite happy with that. So, I've achieved what I want to set out to do from the beginning of making all the cables. And it does take time. Don't fool yourself. It does take time. And if I took a bit more time, the board would be perfecter. But I didn't. So, there you go. I know one of them spiky bits in there. I think it's where I've been laying on something. But yeah, I don't know what that is. Bullet holes, I think. Bullet holes. So once again, also, you know, apart from the purple screwdriver, my little free wing thing that you get with 3-way blades to pull your cables through, and has been nothing but help. It really has from pulling the cables from here. Also, I had one of the servos that fell off. I had to put all the cable through. It's fantastic. I'll tell you, it's the second one I've got. Obviously, I think you get them with most 3-wing planes now. Absolutely brilliant. Brilliant idea. It's just, I mean, obviously people are probably using the stuff in the meantime, but yeah, it's new to me and I like it. Oh yes. So that fantastic Friday feeling that it is on a Friday,
it has come to the end for Dad's RC Hangar for one more week. Yes, but the Friday feeling for you will carry on across the weekend, across the week, because every time you think of an aeroplane, or you think of a car, or you think of a helicopter, we haven't got one of those yet, let's get one, or a quad, then you can think of Dad's RC Hangar and hopefully bring a smile to your face on them grey days. But anyway, if you haven't got a grey day this weekend, it's not raining and it's sunshine or the weather is half decent, then get out and fly and enjoy yourself. If you can't, tinker in the hangar. That's all I can say. Have some fun. Be as one with the plane. Try not to get holes in it and all that sort of stuff. So, be safe, keep safe, but most of all, have fun. Listen, thanks for popping by. I love each and every one of you. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Give us a thumbs up and do the ding dong bell. So every time I release something, you can see it, so you can keep up with this. Next video will be about the Spitfire again, and hopefully this should be about finished. And I need to clean up the hangar because I've got bits everywhere. So listen, see you later now. Ta-da!